Assalamualaikum, Ms. Shahnas.
Waalaikumsalam, Miss Tati.
Okay, so sorry, I seriously have, wow, it's even longer now since it's in the afternoon. How is my voice? Is it clear?
It's clear, Miss Tati.
Thank you. Okay.
Miss Tati, I have a question
Sure.
about yang tadi itu
Wait.
practice
About the previous session.
about the previous section, practice 2.
Yes.
For the challengings is because I have a print out the books apa ini Miss Tati. Challenging is number. What number, Miss Tati?
Oh,
For challengings.
Challenging. Okay, hang on a second. So challenging should be this one, requiring great efforts and determination.
Oh.
Okay, so E. While demanding is requiring a lot of efforts and skills. It is 11-12, like I said, but challenging is more to your will, whether you want to do it or not. So determination.
Untuk for the competitive is a G, pushing people to be better than others.
Exactly.
Thank you, Miss Tati.
No problem. I'm going to WhatsApp. It's taking resources, internet resources. So, Ms. Shahnas, it means that you are working at home at the moment?
Yes, I'm working at home at the moment.
I see. So, which one do you prefer actually? Working at home or working from the office?
For make a money report, laporan keuangan, money report,
Money report.
Yeah. For make a money report, I choose work on office, but other that because make a assignment and then approve for the keuangan financial is difficult when working from home.
I see.
Yeah.
Or you can use financial report for instead of money report, it's financial report.
Financial report. Oh, I see. Miss Tati, I ask question again.
Sure. Ask as many questions as you would like to.
For practice 3, number 4, some companies are quiet. Practice 3, yeah.
Some companies are
quiet to
working mothers.
Supportive.
It can be supportive. It can be flexible. Supportive is fine. Hello, Miss. Oh, Miss Dwi is coming in and out. Hello, Miss Dwi. Support. Oh, by the way, this is I'm not sure if we've talked about it, but this is I'm sure we have. This
quiet.
There are 3 words. However, they are pronounced slightly different. So the first one is quiet. The E is in the middle. Quiet. Shh, quiet. Okay, but this one is quite.
Quite.
So this one is, some companies are quite.
Quite.
Quite. Okay. And the last one is quit. Hello, Miss
Quit.
Fifi. Hello, Miss Dwi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So Ms. Shahnas was asking about the previous session, number 4. She was not sure about the answer. Okay. So in the second session, we are going to focus more on our expressions. So we have several expressions here that we are going to talk about. The first one is asking and describing working atmosphere. If you take a look, you can always change the words in the bold and use different ideas there. Okay. And then the second expression that we're going to practice is stating interests. Sorry. And the last one, of course, asking for and giving opinions, because in the first expression, you are asked to describe working atmosphere. Okay. So shall we practice these expressions first before we go to the conversation at the top of it? Okay. So everyone, please follow me. How's your new office?
How's your new office?
Okay. Miss Dwi, Miss Fifi, please turn on your audio.
Hello,
Okay, there. How's your new office?
how's your new office?
The intonation should be going up and then down. How's your new office?
How's your new
Your new
office?
It's still going up, Miss Fifi. This is your intonation. How's your new office? And this is my intonation. How's your new office?
How's your new office?
There you go. In English, WH questions are typically with a rising and falling intonation. So when you ask, what's your name? Okay, it's going up and then down. What's your name? But when you ask, is your name Shahnas? Then it's going up. So yes, no questions, up, WH, rising and falling. Miss Dwi, how's your new office?
How's your new office?
Don't hesitate. Don't be hesitant. How's your new office?
How's your new office?
There you go. How's your department?
How's your department?
Miss Shahnas, Miss Fifi?
How's your department?
How's your department?
Okay. So again, in Indonesian, we typically say departemen with E in the middle, but in English, we don't say department. So department.
Department.
What do you think of your coworkers?
What do you think about what do you think of your coworkers?
It's okay. One more time, please. What do you think of your coworkers?
What do you think of your coworkers?
Okay. Miss Fifi?
What do you think of your coworkers?
Got it. Miss Shahnas?
What do you think of coworkers?
What do you think of your coworkers?
What do you think of your coworkers?
Got it. What do you think of should be combined. So if this is common expression and you can use it for everything, most everything, and you need to combine think and of. So whenever you find, what do you think of? What do you think of? For example, you want to ask me about my favorite food, gado-gado. What do you think of this gado-gado? What do you think of?
What do you think of?
Think of. There's
Think
a
of.
yeah, there you go. Thank you, Miss Shahnas. What do you think of? And then the last one, of course, you already know how to pronounce this.
How do you like your new job?
Got it. How do you like your new job? Exactly. How do you like your new job? So, Miss Shahnas, Miss Dwi, and Miss Fifi, please ask me one of these questions and I will try to answer it.
How's your department?
Well, my department is pretty strict. I have to fill out many paperwork. Thank you, Miss Dwi. Miss Fifi, Miss Shahnas?
You're welcome, Miss Fifi. The first.
Oh, the first one was Miss Fifi or Miss Dwi?
Dwi.
Oh, Miss Dwi. Okay.
Yes.
Go on, Miss Shahnas, Miss Fifi.
What do you think of your coworkers?
Oh, hang on. The intonation should be going down. What do you think of your coworkers?
What do you think of your coworkers?
Well, I think they're awesome. They are very supportive. Hello, Miss Audi. Welcome to our session.
Hello, Miss.
Miss Fifi, your turn.
How yours work in pandemic?
Oh, hang on. How's your, one more time, please. How's your work in the,
How's your work in the pandemic?
there you go. Well, I'm actually very happy with it because it has more flexible hours. Miss Audi, we're practicing these 4 questions. Would you mind asking me one of them?
Okay. How do you like working from home?
Oh, I really enjoy working from home. I think it's awesome. Okay, there you go. Now,
Go.
you are going to practice the answer, describing your working atmosphere, and I'm going to ask the question. Okay. So we'll start with Miss B because she was the first one to ask me. Miss Dwi, what do you think of your office? Miss Dwi? Miss Dwi is away from keyboard. AF. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start with Miss Shahnas then. Miss Shahnas, what do you think of your, Miss Shahnas is not at the office. Change. Miss Shahnas, what do you think of the financial report?
Sorry. I'm really thoughtful for the financial report because I have to approve my report head of finance.
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 There you go. Oh, this is a question just for Miss Shahnas, by the way, the others, because earlier we were talking about financial reports. But don't worry, we're going to stick to this part. Miss Audi, what do you think of the students?
They're all nice. Sometimes stubborn, and they're good actually.
Oh.
I think they're all good, but sometimes it's hard to talk to them.
Thank you. At least you're honest about it and not sugarcoating like, oh, they're very nice. I really like them all. So
Don't be lying.
Miss Fifi, how do you like your job?
I like my job, but sometimes I feel boring because I do the same thing in every day.
There you go. By the way, when you say you are boring, it means that uh, you are boring to other people. But when you say aku bosan, I'm bored. So the job is boring, but you are bored. Okay? So sometimes I feel bored because I do the same thing every week. There you go. Miss Dwi, are you there? Oh, Miss Dwi is still busy. Okay, then. Now, the next part, we're going to talk about this one, stating interests. Okay. Oof, my phone. Hang on a second. Okay, if you can see here, we already talked about this word previously. So instead of saying interested, it is correct. Interested is correct. But to make it sound more native, you can say I'm interested. Interested. I'm interested in. So this is combined. I'm interested in. Check, check. Would you mind following me, please? I'm interested in implementing flexi time.
I'm interested in implementing flexi time.
Still interest. Interested in.
Interested in.
Got it. I'm interested in.
I am interested.
I know. It's taking practices to be familiar with the concept. But if we don't say it, we will never pronounce it correctly. So I'm interested in.
I am interested in.
Hey, nice one, Miss Shanas. Miss Odi, your turn, please. I'm interested in implementing flexi time.
I'm interested in implementing flexi time.
Thank you. Nice one. Miss Fifi?
I'm interested in implementing flexi time.
Don't forget the D at the end. So interested in. Interested in.
Interested in.
Oh, you need to say the D if you want to combine. So instead of I'm interested in, I'm interested in. I'm interested in.
I'm interested. Aduh. I'm interested. I'm interested in implementing flexi time.
There you go. The faster you say it, the better. I'm interested in. I'm interested in. Okay. Miss Dwi, are you there? I'm interested in implementing flexi time. Okay. The next part, my particular interest is. That's how we actually say it if we want to do it in a choppy way. But if you want to do it in a fluent way, my particular interest is. My particular interest is.
My
Miss Odi?
particular interest.
Oh, Miss Shahnas. Okay, go on.
My particular interest.
Interest is promoting.
My particular interest promoting collaboration at work.
Thank you. My particular interest is promoting collaboration at work. Miss Fifi?
My particular interest is promoting collaboration at work.
Nice, thank you. Miss Odi? Miss Odi?
I'm
Kurang
sorry.
ngerepotin.
Wait.
Oh, okay. Miss Odi still has a guest. Okay. I find my co-working space. Miss Dwi, are you there?
Sorry, Miss Teti. I think in Wi-Fi in what campus is trouble.
All over Surabaya, Gresik, I think. Everyone complains about the connection.
I think Miss Dwi, Miss Tita in their office, so trouble.
I know. Even your videos are stopped on my end, so I cannot see your faces. Not even you, Mishanas, even though you turn on your video, your picture froze, your video froze. So I'm just relying on voices at the moment. It's okay. We all have very challenging situation at the moment. Hi, Miss Tita. Are you there?
Hi, Miss. I'm sorry, Juliet.
Yep. Okay. So Miss Tita has joined us. I find my co-working space to be quiet. This one is what we discussed earlier. Instead of quiet, we say quite. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you to choose one of these expressions to talk about either your co-workers or your work. So it's up to you. For example, I'm interested in what am I interested in? Oh yeah, I'm interested in continuing professional development. Okay. Anybody wants to start?
Mimi.
Okay, Miss Shahnas.
I'm interested in making excitement, international excitement.
Ah, nice one. Making appointment
Appointment
or international?
excitement.
Oh, I'm interested in making making appointment for international assignment.
Oh, I see.
There.
I'm
Got it.
interested in appointment, international assignment.
Thank you, Miss Shahnas, for sharing. Miss Odi?
What is my particular interest? My particular interest is food, I think.
Wait. We're talking about work. So either about your co-workers or your work.
Vitamin.
What is it? My particular interest is surface, probably. Surface.
Doing service for
Yeah. For the student or
students.
this
Got it.
Civitas academic.
My particular interest is doing service for the students. Thank you. Miss Fifi, would you mind sharing? Okay, Miss Fifi is okay. Now she's on.
Wait, Miss.
My particular interest is serving the student.
Serving the students. Got it.
Yes.
Miss Tita, would you mind sharing your interests?
Yes. Maybe same with Miss Vivi and Miss Osi. I'm particularly interested in gambling about service, academic, and student.
Got it. My particular interest is doing service for the students. Miss Dwi, are you there? Okay, Miss Dwi is still AFK. Now, the last part, we're going to try and talk about opinions, asking for and giving opinions. Okay, we already practiced this first expression. What do you think of? Okay. What do you think of? Now we're going to practice the second and the third expression. What's your opinion about? What's your opinion about? So your we combine your and up, and then also and about. What's your opinion about collaborative work? Shanas, could you please?
Sorry Miss Teti,
Mhm.
the sound of terputus-putus apa?
Oh, my voice is breaking?
Yes, in
Oh,
the my internet.
it's
Uh,
okay.
would you repeat again, Miss Teti?
Sure. We're practicing the second expression. So it should be, what's your opinion about?
What's your opinion about
Remember,
collaborating work?
got it. Remember to flatten your O. So instead
What's
of about,
your
about,
op- What's your opinion about collaborating work?
collaborative work.
Collaborative work.
Yeah, work, flat, work.
Work.
Got it.
Work.
Thank you. Miss Audie, would you mind? What's your opinion about collaborative work?
What's your opinion about collaborative work?
Oh, the intonation should go down. So what's your opinion about collaborative work? Because it's a WH question, the intonation goes up and then down.
What's your opinion about collaborative work?
Got it. There you go. Miss Tita?
Your opinion about collaborative work?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Miss Fifi?
What's your opinion about collaborative work?
Well done. There you go. Miss Dwi? Okay, still no. The last one we have, do you have any particular view on? View on. Okay. So instead of cutting few and on, we say view on. Do you have any? Do you have? So this one can be said quicker instead of saying, do you have? I know it is correct by saying, do you have? But it would be better if you say, do you have? Do you have? Do you have any particular view on flexi time? The intonation can go up. Do you have any particular view on flexi time? Okay.
Do
Let's
you
try.
have any Do you have any particular view on the flexi time?
Well done, Miss Shahnas. Thank you. Miss Fifi?
Do you have any particular view on flex time?
There, thank you. Miss Tita? Oh, Miss Tita, your voice is breaking. Could you please do it one more time?
Okay. have any particular keywords to define?
There, thank you very much. Miss Audie?
Do you have any particular flexi time?
There, thank you. Oh, Mr. Hafiz is going out again. Oh, I think probably is the whole East Java is having problem with the internet connection. I'm not sure. Everyone is complaining. Mr. Hafiz, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, miss.
Okay, nice
Sorry.
one. It's okay. So we are practicing these three expressions, asking for and giving opinions. Okay, so let's try and ask the question. Now, we are going to try and change this part with something easy. So instead of working, now feel free to ask about something else. For example, what's your opinion about K-pop? Something like that. Okay. We'll start with Miss Fifi. You can choose any of these three and ask me a question.
What's your opinion about collaborative work?
Oh, wait, you need to change collaborative work with another thing. Up to you. Something easy is fine. Food, K-pop, whatever.
Okay. What's your opinion about competitive in the work environment? Work environment. Yeah.
Environment.
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 What's your opinion about competitive work in environment? Work. Sorry.
Environment.
What's your opinion about competitive in environment work?
Got it. Well, from my point of view, I think competitiveness is fine as long as people are not doing backstabbing each other. There you go. So a little competitiveness is fine as long as people don't backstab each other. Backstab, tusok dari belakang. So there you go. Thank you for that, Miss Fifi. Miss Audie, your question?
I don't know what to ask, actually.
Anything. Just change the ones in the, not in the bold words.
What do you think of rendang?
I think rendang is one of the heavenly foods that humans have ever found.
I agree with you.
They're heavenly food. I don't eat too much of it now, though. Okay, so Ms. Shahnas, your turn.
What's your opinion about challenging work?
Challenging. I think, I must say that challenging work is definitely good for the employees, for the workers, because it pushes us to be better. Miss Tita?
What's your opinion about dynamic work?
Pardon, about?
Dynamic work.
Dynamic work. Okay. So that's interesting. I must say that dynamic work is challenging to some people because not everyone can do work in a fast pace. So if you feel that you are stressful with the dynamic work, please tell your superior about it. Mr. Hafiz, please ask one question using these expressions.
Okay. What's your opinion about new social restriction travel?
Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't really matter if we don't have new social restriction policy, because it is the government's choice anyway. We as a citizens, we don't have anything or any opinion about it. We just have to follow. So there you go, unfortunately.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for asking. Miss Dwi? Hey, Miss Dwi is still not here. Now it's my turn to ask the questions, and you can practice these part. I strongly believe, from my point of view, as far as I'm concerned, I'd say, I must say, and that's interesting. Okay, so we'll start with Miss Audie. Since Miss Audie asked me about food, I'm going to ask about drink. Miss Audie, what do you think of boba drinks?
I'd say it's good. I mean, it's a new type. It's a new type of beverages, I think. That's interesting.
Thank you.
I think Miss Dwi said something in chat,
Oh, really?
Miss
Oh,
Tati.
my chat is
Yeah.
closed with the so sorry about that. Okay. Thank you, Miss Dwi. Thank you, Miss Audie, for telling me about Miss Dwi's message. I still have guests. It's okay, Miss Dwi. Miss Shahnas was asking me about challenging work, but I'm going to ask about something simple. So, Miss Shahnas, do you have any particular view on well, it's not going to be easy as well. Do you have any particular view on what do I want to ask? Do you have any particular view on foreign students?
I had say a French student in UISI is a very diligent student, but sometimes because of pandemic, we cannot see each other in the FaceTime. So we connect from Zoom or Google Meet, something like that, just online view. I hope pandemic can be clear so I can meet French student uh, uh, secara langsung
In person.
in person.
Got it. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Hafiz.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, your question was about social restriction. What do you think about? What do you think of that application, Peduli Lindungi?
From my hmm, from my point of view, I was when I went to the malls sometimes. It's useful to restrict the people, but sometimes it will make difficult for maybe all people that they don't know about the apps, and then sometimes the apps need more need more verification.
Oh.
They can do directly. They need verification with your ID number, KTP in KTP or phone number and an email. So for the first my experience in the in first install the apps, I can do that so much easily.
Nice.
Maybe that's my reason that itu sih. Jadi sulit untuk penggunaan awalnya.
So the
And-
verification is only once, right?
Only once, but for some people, can understand about the process of the apps.
Oh yeah,
Karena
for sure.
the setting and verification about the verification to show their certificate is a different thing in setting and the check-in process, check-in and check-out. Maybe forget to check out, maybe like that.
I see. So it is better to install the app before you actually go to the mall, so you
Yes.
have time to read everything carefully.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Mr. Hafiz. I haven't installed the app, so that's why I have so many questions. Okay. Ms. Fifi, what's your opinion about flexibility in the office?
Sorry, in the chart, Miss Fifi.
Astaghfirullah, so sorry. I'm sorry to leave. Okay. So, Miss Tita, I have something to do. I will leave for 5 minutes. Okay. Got it. So, Miss Tita and Miss Fifi are also not here. It seems that only the three of us then, the four of us. Okay. So, while there are only the four of us, we're going to check this conversation at the top of our expressions. Okay. I need one person to be my partner for the example. Anybody wants to volunteer? Mr. Hafiz, Miss Shahnas, or Miss Odi?
Maybe me, Miss Tati.
Okay, Miss Shahnas, do you want to be Lydia or Joan?
Lydia.
Lydia, go on then.
How are you, the new department staff members?
Hang on. One more time, please. How are your new department staff members?
How are your new department staff members?
Oh, it's nice to work with them. They're very supportive.
I'm interested ways to create a less stressful working environment. Any idea?
We can create lunch walk groups. Employees can take a leisure walk around the office for half an hour.
Well, from my point of view, it's not applicable for our office. There's no park around here, and I believe some people cannot stand that heat outside.
You're right. What's your saying about providing a nap room here? A place where employees can take a short nap?
Nap room? That is strange thing, but it requires us to renove our office, which will not happen to it near the future.
Let's provide games then. Simple ones like a board game, a dartboard, and cards, so everyone can take some time off work. It will be refreshing.
What kind of games do you have in mind?
I'd say we'd better ask the employees. After all, they're the ones who are going to play. Okay, there you
Thank
go.
you, Miss Tati.
Thank you for being my partner, Miss Shanas. Some things that we need to discuss here. As I've said earlier, you can always say interested, no problem, but it's always better if you say interest. I'm interested in. ways to create a less stressful. So, Ms. Shahnas, could you please repeat this, please? Ms. Shahnas, you are muted.
Sorry, Miss Tati. I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm
Interest.
interested.
I'm interested in.
I'm interested. I'm interested in ways to create a less stressful working environment. Any
Okay.
idea?
Less. This one is less.
Less stressful.
Less stressful. And this one, ways.
Ways.
I'm interested in ways.
I'm interested in ways to create a less stressful working environment. Any
Well done.
idea?
Thank you. And this one, that's interesting.
Nap room? That interesting.
Still, wait, hang on. You are still mixing S and INTERS. So that's interesting. That's interesting.
Nap room? That's interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Nap room? That's interesting.
But it requires us.
But it requires us. But it requires us to renovate our office.
Renovate.
Renovate. But it requires us to renovate our office, which will not happen in the near future.
Okay. And then the last one, remember, if it's a WH question, the intonation goes down. What kind of games do you have in mind?
What kind of games do you have in mind?
Got it. Okay. I hope Mr. Hafiz is back. Oh, now he's gone. Okay, Miss Audie, are you there?
He went to pray.
Oh, because he actually said that he only went to the restroom, so I thought it would be quick. Okay. So he actually went to pray. Miss Audie? Okay.
Yeah.
Ready then? I will be, Miss Shahnas will be your partner. Miss Shahnas can practice more.
Yes. Audie.
Miss Audie can be Lydia and Miss
I'm
Shahnas
going
can be
to-
John.
Okay. How are your new department staff members?
Oh, it's nice to work with them. They are very supportive.
I'm interested in ways to create a less stressful working environment. Any idea?
We can create large work groups. Employee can take a leisure walk and run the office for a half an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, from my point of view, it's not applicable for our office. There's no park around here, and I believe some people cannot stand the heat outside.
You are right. What you are saying about providing a nap room here, a place where employees can take short nap.
Nap room? That's interesting, but it requires us to renovate our office. Will not happen in the near future.
Let's provide game. Let's provide game then. Simple one like a board game, a dartboard, and cards so everyone can take some time off work. It will be refreshing.
What kind of games do you have in mind?
I'd say we have better ask the employee. After all, they are one who are going to play.
There you go. Thank you. After all, they're the ones who are going to play.
After all, they are the ones who are going to play.
Oh, wait. Miss Shahnas, your intonation suddenly goes up. Who are going to play? Who are going to play? Going down.
After all, they are the ones who are going to play.
There, thank you. Since there are only the two of you here, I don't need to put you in the breakout room, do I?
Yeah, I think so.
So we are going to try and change these parts. Okay. So first of all, let's try with this idea. What do you want to change that part with?
Maybe dynamic.
Pardon?
May maybe dynamic.
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 Okay.
Dynamic.
Dynamic. I'm going to put it here. Dynamic. Oh, forgot it's blue on blue. And then how about this one? What would you like to change this with?
I'd say.
So your idea to make it more interesting at work?
The social space, the one we before with Miss Amel, I think. What about creating a social space?
You can create social space. Astaghfirullah. Why did it keeps going me blue letters? We can create social space. What is a social space?
Social is like, I think it's like a common room.
Okay, so there you go. It's like a common room where, what do you do?
Like some time off of work.
Where we can get some time off work. Okay, there you go. So the next part that we are going to change is this one. Of course, you're going to change this one. There's no space, extra space. You can change it with extra space. Now you also need to change this part. And I believe
There's no extra space in it, believe.
Shahnas?
I was gonna say some people might not like it, but I do think people like it. So it's a bit
Wait,
confusing.
not everyone. Like personally, I don't like to
Yeah.
mingle with other people because I'm a full introvert.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay, so we can use that actually.
what do you want to say then?
And I believe some people might not like it.
Some people
Or I don't know, fancy or enjoy.
like it. Sure, no problem. You're right. Okay, now the second idea, we're also going to change providing a nap room.
I think change to pantry.
Providing a pantry, okay. So Providing a pantry, it is. A place where employees can
make a drink or make a snack.
make some drinks or snacks. Okay. There you go. A pantry, that's interesting, but it requires us to renovate our office, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now the third idea. Let's
provide. I do games just like the easiest thing to do in creating a less stress working environment. I mean,
speaking of which, do you have games at your office?
No, but I think it's like the easiest way to. I mean, it doesn't have to. We don't have to actually renovate the office, or we don't have to buy an expensive thing, right? I mean, games it's
a board game will
affordable, I think. Yeah.
So we're not changing this third idea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
everybody
that's good
likes,
enough.
Okay, everybody likes games. Now we're going to switch this again. This time Miss Shahnas is going to be Lydia, back to Lydia, and Miss Odi is going to be Joan. Remember to change the expressions with the ones we already changed.
Okay.
How are you, new department staff member?
No, Miss Shahnas.
Oh.
Wait, hang on. Shahnas forgot the intonation.
How are your new department staff members?
Members.
Oh, it's nice to work with them. They're very dynamic.
I'm interested why to create a less stressful working environment. Any idea?
We can create a social space. It's like a common room where we can get some time off work.
Well, from my point of view, it's not applicable. Might not like it. For our office, there's no
extra space.
There's no extra space around here, and I believe some people might not like it.
You're right. What's your saying about providing a pantry here? A place where employees can make some drinks or snacks.
A pantry? That's interesting, but it requires us to renovate our office, which will not happen in the near future.
Let's provide games then. Simple ones like a board game, dartboard, or cards, so everyone can take some time off work. It will be refreshing.
What kind of games do you have in mind?
I'd say with better as employees. After all, they're the who are going to pay.
Okay, thank you. Miss Shahna still forgets to use going up, going down intonation.
Yes.
What kind of games do you have in mind?
What kind of
it actually
games do you
confusing
have in mind? Yes.
Oh, why is it confusing?
Tidak terbiasa.
In Indonesian,
not used to it.
Yes.
In Indonesian, all questions are going up. So all questions have rising intonation. However, in English, there are differences between WH and yes, no questions. So whenever you have a WH questions, make sure that you have a rising and falling intonation to make it sound more native. Of course, if you are talking to a native speakers, they won't complain when you say something like, "What kind of games do you have in mind?" They will not say, "What are you saying?" No, of course not. But it might sound better if you follow the rule of the game. So what kind of games do you have in mind? There you go. And Miss Shahnaz forgets again. This one. These are less stressful. Yeah, less stressful.
Because I'm confused about interest. interest. So
Interesting.
after that is
Interested in.
I'm interested in ways.
I'm interested in ways to create a less stressful.
I think for some people, saying environment also confusing. I mean,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know why, but it keeps like I know most people probably saying it in the wrong way.
Environment.
Environment.
Yeah, something like that.
So environment.
Environment.
Got it. Also, most O in English are flattened. So instead of working, working, the same as this. You don't say support, but supportive. Environment. Common.
But in British, I think some it's O.
It depends on the O.
The way they.
Like this one, employ. It is O. Employees. So you don't say employees, but employees.
Yeah. That's right.
There you go.
Okay.
Let me scroll it down. Now, unfortunately, as I've told you, my connection is not good at the moment. It's even worse than the morning connection. So I'm not going to attempt to even play the listening part for this one. We're just going to do practice 2, where you actually have the options there. Okay. So let's try and fill out this blank with the option. Miss Shahnaz, you can work with Miss Audie because Miss Audie is using a cell phone. You can type the answers on my screen.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, Miss Teti. I've come back.
Okay. Welcome back, Miss Vivi. So we are trying to do this one, practice 3. If you're using a laptop, please help me to type the answers on my screen. How about number 1? Anybody? Number 1?
Is it okay to use I must say?
Pardon?
Miss
Audie, your voice is breaking.
Hello?
Is it okay if you what?
Breaking? Is it still breaking?
Not now. Okay.
Okay. Is it okay if we use I must say that collaborative work is the new norm?
Sure. Actually, that's
Or
a better option than I'm interested in. So because this is stating opinion, it's better to say I must say or I strongly believe.
leave?
So we're using I must say because Ms. Odi already said I must say. Okay.
That's interesting. What is it for?
I must say. There you go. How about number 2 then?
That's interesting.
We don't have that's interesting in the options.
We have done actually, I think. C is
Oh
that's
yeah,
interesting.
C. So sorry, I didn't see that. Okay. So that's interesting. Okay. And how about number 3? Hello, Mr. Hafiz. Welcome back.
As far as I'm concerned.
That's daycare.
It's
So,
F, number 3. Miss Fifi said.
Miss Fifi, did you say something? I didn't hear it, so sorry.
I think number 3 is F.
F, could you please read it?
As far as I'm concerned,
All employees.
all employees are important, so we want to be supportive to working mothers.
Thank you. As far as I'm concerned.
Actually,
Number 4. Well, anyone? Check. Okay, can you hear me? All your video stops and I cannot hear anything.
I can hear Mr. P.
Okay. All your videos stop on my end and I cannot hear anything, just the silent. So I was afraid that my connection got cut. How about number 4? Well,
I think I must say is this one. Well, I must say I'm impressed.
Got it.
We'd say number 1 is we say that collaborative work is a new norm, so we provide many waiting rooms. It's
okay. Probably. Let's put it there first. Maybe we can change it later if we find more suitable expression. Thank you, but it is our part that we're really proud of. Anyone? Number 5?
In our
maybe A.
In our point of view. Okay. So
number 7 is G, I think. One particular interest is.
Number 7 is
G.
G.
Or A.
How about number 6?
Number 5. Number 6 is
B. Bersik. Maybe B.
B, I'm interested in the jogging lanes. Okay. Okay, there you go. Right. Number 7. Sure, we tried to create a good working environment. My particular interest is
8 is age.
8 is age. That's great. I strongly believe that having a gym. Okay, there you go. Because Miss Audi and Miss Shahnas already practiced, let's have Mr. Hafiz and Miss Fifi first for our practice this time. Miss Fifi, Mr. Hafiz.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe I'm gonna be Mr. Cole.
Miss Cole, Mr. Cole. Okay, I'm Miss Lee. Okay, let's start. Good afternoon, Mr. Cole. Welcome to our HQ.
Good afternoon, Miss Lee. I can't wait to see your office.
Before we start the tour, let me show you our HQ for floor plan.
Okay.
We say that collaborative work is the new norm, so we provide many meeting rooms.
That's interesting. How about this blue room? What is for?
That's take care. As far as I'm concerned, all employees are important, so we want to be supportive to working mothers.
Well, I must say I'm impressed.
Thank you. But it's our part that we're really proud of.
In our point of view, it's really a big part for an office. I'm interested in jogging lanes. Do employees use them?
Sure, we try to create a good working environment. My particular interest is implementing a healthy lifestyle. As you will see, we also have a gym here.
That's great. I strongly believe that having a gym at the office can motivate employees to start a healthy lifestyle.
Thank you, Mr. Hafiz and Ms. Fifi. Now we have these 4 words, just like quite, quiet, and quit. These 2 have slightly different pronunciation. Okay, we have plan. Number 1 is plan. And then number 2, there should be a little bit of T at the end. Plant. Plant. So if you can say it, plan and plant, then everything would be perfect. The third one is plain. And the fourth one is also plain. Now these 2 sounds similar, plain and plain. Okay. So let's try and say all the 4 words together. Plan, plant, plain, plain.
Plan, 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 plain, plain.
Wait, hang on. The third one is plain already. So plan, plant, plain, plain.
Plan,
Plan, plan, plain, plain.
Got it. Remember to put the T at the end for plant, Mr. Hafiz.
plan.
Plant. Miss Fifi?
Plan, plan, plain, plain.
Got it. Plain, plain. Miss Shahnas?
Plain.
Plan, plan, plain, plain.
Plan, plant, plain, plain. Miss Audi?
Plan, plant, plain, plain.
Hey, well done. Thank you. Now, let's do a little tongue twister. I have a plan that my plant is going on a plane? Huh? On a plane. There you go. Can you see my sentence? I have a plan that my plant is going on a plane.
I have a plan that my plant is going on a plane.
Thank you. That's a bit slow though. When you do a tongue twister, it needs to be faster. You don't say kuku kaki kake kukaku kaku. That's too slow. I have a plan that my plant is going on a plane. Ishanas, one more time.
I have a plan that my plane is going to plane.
Got it. It's going on a. Mr. Hafiz?
Yeah.
I have
I
a
have
plan.
a plan. I have planned that my plan is going on a plane.
Thank you. Plane. Miss Fifi?
I have a plan that my plane is going on plane.
Oh, hang on. This one is not plane.
Plant.
Plant. I have a plan that my plant.
I have a plan that my plant is going on plane.
Thank you. Miss Audie?
I have a plan that my plant is going on a plane.
Well done. I have a plan that my plant is going. Now, these two are different in pronunciation. So when you have TED like this at the end, you should always read it with a clear tit. So interested. The same as you read this one. How do you read that? Wanted, exactly. So if you remember that wanted is read with TED clear, you will remember that interested is also with clear TED. Interested. As for this one, of course, this one is interested. Now this one is slightly different, although it is with ED also. If you have NED, you don't say the ED clearly, so it's not concerned, but concerned, straight to the D. After N, you don't read the E, but straight to the D. Concerned. This one, so many Indonesians say cornet. How do we actually say it in English anyway?
Cornet.
The same as this one. If this one is concerned, how do we say this one? Corned. Thank you, Miss Fifi. Corned. So instead of saying cornet, if you happen to go abroad and you ask for, do you have cornet beef? They go like, what? Cornet beef? What is that? Corned beef. Okay, so corned, concerned. This one is clear. Interested, wanted. Miss Audie and Miss Shanas, are you ready now for your reading?
Miss Audie.
Yeah? So you're going to be?
I'm maybe Miss Lee.
Oh, okay. Mr. Cole.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cole. Welcome to our HQ.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Lee. Miss Lee, I cannot wait to see your office.
Before we start the tour, let me show you our HQ floor plan.
Okay.
Let's say that collaborative work is the new norm, so we prove many meeting rooms.
That's interesting. How about this blue room? What is it for?
That's daycare. As far as I'm concerned, our employees are important, so we want to be support to working mother,
If-
supportive to
Well,
working mothers.
mm, well, I must say, I'm impressed.
Thank you, but it's our part that we're really proud of.
Our point of view, it's really a big part for an office. I'm interested in the jogging lanes. Do employees use them?
Sure, we try to create good working environment. My particular interest implementing a healthy lifestyle. As you will see, we also have a gym here.
That's great. I strongly believe that having a gym at the office can motivate employees to start a healthy lifestyle.
Okay, thank you, Miss Shahnas and Miss Audie. Now, here is a good example of 3 different ways to say "oh." Okay, so we have support, o, supportive, supportive. And then this one we say with were, working, working. And this one we say with mothers, mothers. Okay. Let's try and practice this one. To be supportive to working mothers. Miss Shahnas? Miss Shahnas, can you hear me? Okay.
Sorry. So we want to supportive to working mothers.
You still say were, working
Whoa,
mothers.
working mothers.
Got it. Thank you. Miss Fifi?
To be supportive. So
So we want to be supportive. Miss Fifi, your voice is breaking. Okay, let's try with Mr. Hafiz first because Miss Fifi's voice is breaking.
Yes. Yes.
So we want to be supportive to working mothers.
Support. Supportive to working mother.
Got it. A little bit flattened here is better. Working.
Working.
Got it. Thank you.
Supportive working mother.
Thank you. Miss Audie?
We want to be supportive to working mothers.
Thank you. We want to be supportive to working mothers. There you go. Okay. Miss Putri just came in, I think. We only have, didn't the class end at 2:30? So about 4 more minutes. Okay. Now, if you take a look at this, the last part, I'm going to ask you to be honest with yourself. Let's, instead of giving feedback to our classmates, to our colleagues, let's try to give feedback to ourselves. Do you think you use the expressions correctly? Are there any other expressions that you still have difficulties to say? Which one is it? Okay, let's assess ourselves. Miss Audie, Mr. Hafiz, Miss Shahnas, and Miss Fifi. What do you think? Did you use the expressions correctly? If you still have difficulties, which expressions are those? Check, check. Can you hear me?
Yes, Miss Tati. Maybe can explain again.
Oh, okay. So for example,
Yeah.
I think I use the expressions correctly and I pronounce the expressions correctly. However, I am still not sure to say I'm interested in. I'm interested in. Do you think you use the expressions correctly?
No, I didn't miss.
You didn't? Which one that you think you didn't use correctly, Miss Fifi?
Wait a minute. Practice for
Mhm. Do you mind the focusing on certain expressions? Which ones are they?
answer.
Answer.
Question. The asking.
Asking and giving opinions?
Yes, the intonation.
Oh, okay. What do you think
About the
about?
intonation.
Thank you.
Pardon?
So remember when it's WH question, the intonation goes up and then down, up, down. I know it takes time to practice that. That's why during your free time, perhaps you can try and say, what do you think of, for example, you use one word. What do you think of rendang? It's easy, as Miss Odi asked. What do you think of rendang? What do you think of rendang? Okay, and you will get familiar with the rising and falling intonation. Instead of, what do you think of rendang? What do you think of rendang? Thank you for your reflection, Miss Fifi. How about Miss Yahnas?
Maybe same with Miss Fifi, intonation. I will be more practice again, and then with interest in example, and then uh, insert ed in the end is more complicated for me for conversation because maybe I'm not terbiasa.
I'm not used to.
I'm not used to using that. Maybe is that Miss Teti.
Okay. Just try to remember that when you say interested, there should be only 3 syllables. Interested, interested. Okay. So instead of making it interested, interested.
Interested.
There you go. I'm interested in. Miss Odi?
I think it's intonation too.
Because which part? I think you were quite good, so I don't.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm very good. Since I'm not used to it, so I think I need to learn about that more. That part, and it's not the it's how to ask the question. I think.
How to ask the question. Okay. Thank you for the reflection, Miss Odi. Mr. Hafiz, how about you?
Maybe for me, I can say the word in what I mean. It's so difficult maybe in sometimes to say what's in my what's in my what's in my mind. But I'm tried the best. I'm tried best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hafiz. The problem with all foreign speakers are that we tend to translate the words in our head and try to find the correct words to say it in English when we actually should think in English. So it is easier for us to say the words. Okay, so how do we actually think in English? Well, we have to immerse ourselves in the language. If you are not familiar with the language, of course, you cannot just think in the language. That's why you need to use the language over and over again. This is one of the ways to practice your English, because let's face it, all of you have good English, just that you are not familiar with using it for hours or probably for days without end. So there you go. Now, before I end the session, do you have any questions, perhaps about pronunciation, intonation, and whatever out there that you would like to ask?
I think it's hard to speak in English if we have to the grammar. Because if we want to speak in English, it's just unconsciously we will think about grammar. It's first how to fluently speak the word. I was gonna ask that.
How to, pardon? How to?
How to fluently speak in English. I mean, without thinking about the grammar. Yeah.
First thing that you need to have is confidence, for sure. If you are still hesitant about, oh, people will think I'm bad at English, people will laugh at me because I speak English incorrectly, you will not move on from your hesitation. So please do have confidence in yourself to speak the words or to speak the language. Otherwise, we cannot move on from that spot, including submitting the video in the group. So that's also a good way to practice your confidence. Miss Amal actually asked me, Miss Tati, I don't think it's that hard to make the video. I know it's not that hard. It's not about the video that I'm challenging them to make, but it's actually about posting that video in the group and let everybody sees the video. So that's your actual challenge. That's why, Miss Fifi, was that you who asked me to send it personally instead of in the group?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. I said to Miss Fifi, I'm sorry, Miss Fifi, it should be in the group. The challenge is for you to overcome that confident problem. Okay, confidence problem is terrible in our speaker as a foreign language speaker. So to overcome that, please be confident with yourself. Okay. Any other things that you would like to ask? No more questions?
No, thank you.
I'm going to end the session here. Thank you so much for joining this afternoon session. I'll see you on Wednesday then. Goodbye, everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Miss
Thank
Tati.
you, Miss T.